wild moments on paternity court.
If you loved her, you would have been there for her. You can't say that you love her and never be there for her. So shut up.
You are his father. This is about the most ignorant stuff I done seen in here in a long time. You all are this is shameful.
This case here was the outright palooza, and the outrageous bickering this lot is about to bring will push Judge Lake to the curb. Two out-of-control grannies rolled up in the court when their adult hanky-panky ended up producing a baby.
Ms. Riley, you stand before me claiming that you are 100% positive your son is not the child's father and have insisted on a DNA test from the moment you heard Ms. Sissom was pregnant. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
The plaintiffs alleged that they were 100% certain that Mr. Anthony was the biological father of baby Osiris. But the bummer? Both big mamas were poles parts in terms of the paternity question, which made them land in Lake's court.
I'm not here because of me. I'm not here because of Destiny. I'm here because of Osiris.
Destiny, you truly believe Anthony is this child's father?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've changed the course of your life by having this baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did your mother know you were having sex?
No, Your Honor. When I would call Destiny on her cell phone, she'll say she's at her friend's house.
Miss Riley claimed that the baby mama was a conniving liar who snuck into her house to see her daughter, but instead, she fell into her son's bed. This led the grandmother into a terrible squabble, but even Judge Lake had to stop them.
I have a 14-year-old daughter at home. She was sneaking over there hollering about she was coming over there to see my daughter.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
My son was going to school. How are you going to tell me what's a lie?
Because, Your Honor, they was having sex in her house.
And
she, what type of parent is she if she gonna tell them? She told them. She told them.
Hold on. Let's get some order.
Further, the defendant stated that she had seen Miss Destiny hanging out with another guy, which raised paternity doubts. She said that she did not have any clue that her son was sleeping with mommy.
My son at school, this is before Destiny said anything about you was pregnant. Next thing you know, I find out my son come telling me that she told him that she pregnant. How is that? You just came around two weeks ago? And he was messing with another girl at the time.
However, the plaintiff told the court how her daughter was a virgin when she met Anthony, which made her sure about the baby's paternity. Further, she said that Destiny had to give up on her dreams because she had to take care of the baby alone.
She was a virgin when she met Anthony. That's what we're here for, to get this DNA.
It's not my grandbaby.
Okay, don't claim him. You ain't claimed him in 8 months. Don't claim him now. Y'all ain't did nothing for him. I've been taking care of this baby. They don't do nothing for him.
All right.
It's not my grandbaby.
At the end of the day,
it's not my grandbaby.
When my daughter had big
Ladies.
Miss Destiny admitted that she was intimate with Anthony at his mom's house. Newsflash. She claimed that Miss Riley knew everything that was happening in the picture, and she even gave them condoms.
Anthony would be like, my mom said you can come over, and I say, okay. I would come in, I spend the night, she don't say nothing about it.
You spend the night at the house?
Yes, Your Honor.
In Anthony's bed?
Yes, Your Honor. Destiny say she gave Anthony condoms. Yes, what type of parent is that?
What?
That ain't no parent.
The baby mama testified that when she told the defendants about her pregnancy, they denied her child immediately, which was quite odd for her as they were too young to be, after she begged her to be his baby mama.
At first, Anthony, he didn't want Osiris. He said, well, we should wait. And then he was washing dishes. He was like, we should just wait to have a baby because I'm not stable. You got a job, but I don't, and I don't want you to be the only one taking care of him.
As the trial proceeded, it was slipped that the potential father acknowledged that paternity played an active role in the baby's birth, but Grandma did not drop her drama, so the baby mama asked security to throw her out.
She even came without nobody inviting her.
Came where?
To the house, Peter. Don't say you didn't.
Wait a minute.
Because they escorted you out. Me and Destiny had her escorted out of the house, by security. We sure did.
She came
one at a time, ladies.
That's my grandbaby being born.
Gosh, this situation was already infuriating, and the allegations thrown around were just fuel to the mess. Up next, Miss Riley claimed that the plaintiff removed her strategically from the hospital to coerce Anthony into signing the birth certificate. Meanwhile, Miss Sissom admitted this all.
She has me removed out the hospital so she can get my son to sign this. This is a birth certificate.
I tried to call this woman and talk to this woman like a woman when she was pregnant. So don't sit up here and tell that lie.
Calm down.
Damn lie.
Ladies.
Oh, wait a minute.
Ladies.
Finally, it was time to hear from the alleged father. Mr. Anthony stated that he believed that he fathered the baby Osiris. He told that he chose Destiny to have his baby because hideous things were happening in his life, which terrified him.
I picked Destiny and I took her virginity. I didn't want to have a baby, but as in the things that I was going through and by my cousin dying and everything else is I wanted a baby because I feel like one day it was gonna be time for me to die.
With that all said, it was draining to watch a young boy talking about his death, but the grandmothers decided to continue their drama. So the only call left was to move on to the conclusive part of this trial.
Mr. Taylor, you are his father.
My grandson, I'm still gonna take care of.
This is about the most ignorant stuff I done seen in here in a long time. Sit down. You all are this is shameful.
Tenuous trust could be a real marriage killer, as you can see in this case. Miss Merrifield pleaded that her family was in jeopardy of being torn apart, as her husband's denial led them to paternity questions.
Mr. Merrifield, you believe your wife cheated on you and has been lying about Kane's paternity, and now you say a divorce is next.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Merrifield argued that his family was on the brink of falling apart, as his dynamic with his spouse had been getting bitter day by day due to his doubts. So, if DNA results came back negative, then divorce could be the last step.
I have divorce papers here. I need to find out the answer if this is my child or not.
He always
Get some
results
help.
to that. Anytime we have a fight or an argument or whatever, it's always divorce. It's never work it out, let's talk, whatever. He always throws up divorce in my face. People have been through worse than what we've been through, and he always, just at the littlest thing, brings up divorce.
However, the defendant explained that he caught baby mama texting some other dudes, and this made their relationship toxic. But the plaintiff opposed his assertion and claimed that his testimony was nothing but a fabrication of imagination. If you ask me, these blunt accusations are a little hard to believe.
He lets his imagination, his mind go off, oh, well, if you said this, then it's probably this.
Well, you admit you were texting someone else,
did.
another
Yeah,
man.
I did. He's friends with every Facebook woman that he's ever slept with. They comment on stuff, but if it's me,
Is that true, Mr. Merrifield? Is there a double standard here?
No, there's
Yes.
not a double standard.
Yes,
Your Honor.
there is.
To support arguments, Mr. Merrifield brought evidence of text messages to the courtroom, which was really in his favor. Even the woman admitted her false actions, but defended them with a similar rule of my life, my rules.
This is a message where you text this man.
Yes.
And you say, are you messing with my wife?
Yes.
And he says, hey, bro, don't nobody want your wife. I'm far from it. And I'm not
thinking
about
it
to
is
be
the whole time.
arguing with you. You need to be with your wife instead of acting like a clown.
I can talk to anybody I want to talk
All
to.
day
You
long.
Up next, Judge Lauren asked them about how their relationship started, and it was revealed that they were instant love bees. But as time elapsed, they lost the bond, and the relationship went off the lovey-dovey track.
I was her first boyfriend, first everything, so she wants to experience other men and other things. So I'm like, okay, I have to deal with that. She'll break up with me for a weekend, go do whatever she want to do, and come back and want to be back together on a Wednesday.
That's a
you know what I'm
lie.
saying? She always put other men before me. You know what I'm saying? When
That's
it comes
how he
down to
feels.
it-
Those are his insecurities.
She always
That's how
choose
he
them.
feels.
Oh, so it sounded like Mr. Merrifield was the man with double standards. He made his girl change her number, but won't do something like that when it comes to him? But at this time, it should go both ways, shouldn't it?
They crossed the line one time, they can still be good friends.
No, the reason
but
why
because it's me, oh no, I automatically want to have sex with this person.
There's no commitment.
Basically.
You have had 16 years to figure out how to set some boundaries, how you want to operate as a family.
Up next, to infer the real issue, Judge Lake hopped into the doubt part. It slipped out that the husband caught his wife red-handed, messing with 3 other dudes, and he claimed that to hide her wrongdoings, baby mama had installed fake apps.
She's
First
texting these
people
guys
I
that they
talk
love
to.
each other. She's supposed to change her number. She changed her number, then she starts emailing, I love you to him. Then I catch the email.
You're exaggerating.
I
No,
catch, I
I
find the
didn't.
email. Then then from the email, she makes a fake app. And now she's texting.
Because he
from a
goes
fake
through my
app.
call
Now she
log
got
and
the
he
fake
calls
number.
every
She's
number
calling them.
on there.
She
Could be
can do it to
anybody.
me
Then
though.
if-
She can
oh,
go
if
through
it's
the
a block
call log and
call?
get-
Miss Moon claimed that his negligence and ignorance were causing the hurdles in their relationship. She stated that he was not showing affection to her and was always judging her, so she stepped out and enjoyed texting other guys.
This
Whatever
year
she
on my
needs, whatever she
birthday,
needs.
we go to dinner. He didn't even pay for the dinner for one. I had to tell them on my own that it was my birthday. I didn't get a Mother's Day gift. He don't take no time. He don't put no thought into it. Well, I didn't know what to do, so whatever. But
No, that's
he's
a
so
lie,
worried
Ron.
about me pleasing
That's a
him
lie,
and
'cause
everything
you know
like
what?
that.
She gets
But
so
he does
much.
not.
To clear up the mess, Judge Lake asked the witness about this particular situation. She revealed that Mr. Merrifield blamed her for everything that happened in his relationship, and she was certain that baby was his.
I can't always be on his side because he's not always right. She's right sometimes and sometimes he's right. She's wrong for doing that text. I told her she shouldn't do that. Do I love you,
what-
Devontae?
Yes, you do.
Well, I'm always telling her to be with you.
Because she always taking your advice.
You make
Your advice
no
ain't,
sense.
ain't always the right
I'm
advice
not
to
a
take.
follower.
Baby mama revealed that Mr. Merrifield doubts the child just because he's light-skinned and has colored eyes. Huh, but it was witless to deny paternity because of looks. As we know, babies come in all complexions.
He
We
had
all-
a little
I
bit
even
of
was
doubt.
a little
But
nervous.
when
I'm
that
not gonna
son
lie.
came out because he was light skinned and he had colored eyes,
Both his-
automatically that was his son.
His first two children.
But I could have been messing
just
with
like
somebody light skinned with colored eyes. How are you gonna deny this one, not
This
deny
one
that
looks
one?
like her, but his dad is
And
dark.
so he was there through the whole
has-
He's with
pregnancy.
everybody.
I
My
was,
doubts
had a
has nothing to-
6-month-old
my
baby
doubts-
when
my
I got
doubts has
pregnant with him.
nothing-
However, the baby mama brought her research to support the argument, and the defendant didn't seem to move from his point. He showed disagreement with her testimony, which burst out a war of words like this.
That I did the research that over green and brown eyes, the brown eyes are the dominant trait anyway.
No, you guys are always saying that he don't got the
When
eyes.
he's
he don't
mad
got
at
the-
me, that he don't look like
Yeah,
me
I say
anyway.
that to hurt
he
you.
looks
I say that to
nothing
hurt
like
you,
me. Then he
but I
goes,
don't really-
oh, they're brothers through you because you're both their mother.
Mr. Merrifield's words got on Grandma's nerves, and she asserted some new accusations of him being the father of another child, upon which they started bickering so much that Judge Lauren even had to stop and remind them that they are in a courtroom.
The stuff, the
Another
real fact
child
that I got to
before this.
tarnish her. I
and
have
she was
not.
still gonna be with him.
I haven't.
So he's cheating on her a
If you
lot.
want- if you wanted
he's
me-
cheating on
she
her
cheated
a
on
lot.
me way more than I
he's
cheated
cheating
on
on her
her.
a lot.
All right.
So there-
Bottom
She cheated
line,
on me
bottom
more.
line is
And it's not about
Listen,
that. It's about since
Mr.
we've been married.
Merrifield.
What's
Merrifield.
going on
It's
in
about
my
everything.
marriage?
Judge is
Mr.
speaking. You have to
Merrifield.
be quiet.
As it was evident that nothing of their testimony helped in this conflict, and they were not ready to drop their points, the only thing that could help them was DNA results. Let's get to those to save the baby for good.
in the case of Moon Merrifield versus Merrifield pertaining to 20-month-old Kane Merrifield. It has been determined by this court, Mr. Merrifield, you are Kane's father.
Being ignored by your father can make your life miserable. As you can see in this case, Miss Jones stepped up in the court when the shocking revelation jumbled her. She claimed that the defendant claimed that he was not the father and treated her accordingly. Now, she wants to end this drama once and for all.
Ms. Jones, you say that growing up, you felt unwanted by the defendant, Jerome Jones. Then 4 months ago, you learned that he and another man could possibly be your father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, you argue that you're 100% positive that you're not her biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
The plaintiff revealed that the false paternity has affected her life badly, as the defendant and his family had never accepted her. They've made her feel unwanted, and no one has played an active father role in her life.
Your Honor, I felt unwanted and lonely and invisible.
Oh, it was painful to watch a young woman cry like that, but the defendant, on the other hand, seemed to lack any sympathy for the girl, just because he claimed that he knew for sure that he wasn't the father.
Your Honor, when I was with her, I was always protected, and I made sure that. And then when she says it must have burst my protection, which I knew it did not.
But we all know even birth control is not 100% effective.
Up next, Judge Lake summoned the plaintiff's mother. She claimed that she was sure that Mr. Jones was the only possibility. She even told the court that the guy at the podium was a deadbeat, and the alleged father testified the opposite.
Why, when she went down there to file for child support, when they asked who the father was, well, the lady told her, said, if you can't tell us who the father is, you cannot get support. And she hesitated, and then she said Jerome Jones.
What you felt like all these years was that she wasn't completely honest during that time.
Exactly.
Listening to such revelations was rigorous. Further, Mr. Jones told the judge that it was the mother of a plaintiff who sowed the doubts by hesitating to name him as the father on the birth certificate.
If you really felt like that, you could have came up with the money and had that DNA test done. Everything else is irrelevant.
Then why did you leave?
I wasn't there.
Yes, you were.
I was not there.
Oh my! Further, it slipped that both mommy and daddy were cheating on their partners, and Miss Jones was the result of their infidelity. So when she was conceived, her mother called and dropped the bomb on Mr. Jones's wife like this.
We were on the outs. But Terry took upon herself to even call her to let her know she was having my baby.
I certainly did.
She owned it. Did you know he was married when you slept with him?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am, I did.
And when you called her, what did she say?
She was like, what? I said, yes, my name is Terry and I'm having Jerome's baby.
As it was evident that the plaintiff was so tired of being ignored that she could not believe what the defendant said about accepting her. We can understand that being treated like crap by your father can surely make you disbelieve his words.
So deep down inside, you believe he's hoping the results prove that he is not your biological father.
Yes, because growing up, I heard my mom tell me that he always talked about I was never his.
Well, see, the first of all, she should have never been telling her that from the start.
First of all, I don't lie to my children either.
You have to lie.
Either way, it was not the plaintiff's fault, but the defendant kept blaming her. So Miss Brittingham gave him the reality check like it was her duty. Yes, Mommy, go! This fact had to be articulated.
If you loved her, you would have been there for her. You can't say that you love her and never be there for her. So shut up. I gave you her phone number. If she changed it, I gave you her number. And you would always say, I lost her number. You lost her number because you
It was
didn't want
not
her
lost,
number.
it was in my phone.
With that all said, it was draining to watch young women paying the price for others' wrongdoings. The only call left was to move on to the conclusive part of this trial. Hopefully, it will bring Miss Jones the closure she's been longing for.
Mr. Jones, you are not Lakeisha's father. I know that's not the news you wanted. Are you okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
We say in this courtroom all the time, it takes DNA to be a father, but it takes love to be a daddy. And what